What's up, family? Peace and light, peace and love. Thank you for connecting with me. I am Shakesha, the Pretty Priestess, and this is the Pretty Priestess podcast. This week, I am going to be dealing with the devil. What you know about that? I want to give a special shout out to the serious cipher man. This discussion that we had on authentic expression. And we are definitely still working through the tarot system, but we're working with the energy of each of the individual cards that I pulled. Because what I came to realize is that there's not too many people that really understand the tarot the way that I've done. I've been doing a little bit more in depth study on that whole particular system. And so I don't want to really lose folks within the discussion on doing on going there, because we got some spiritual masters out here that just ain't dealing with that particular level of spirituality, and I can respect that. And so with that, we just deals with how some of the energy shows up and how we can navigate that shit out here in these streets. And I do believe it is more effective than understanding the system. It ain't about that shit. And we dealt with authentic expression, which is definitely a path to dealing with that devil. And I'm going to definitely speak to this deceptive energy that's out here in these streets. Because again, I say, in that discussion, it was so enlightening because there are a lot of things that are hard for me to connect with. It may be a part of my program, it may be a part of my understanding, but I'm also wired a little differently. I'm firm on my square. And I'm here to tell you, love is love at the end of the day. I ain't got time for none of that foolishness, right? Whatever race, color, sex, whatever the hell it is you trying to do you, fam. You do you. Love is love. But when somebody convinces you to disfigure yourself, deceptive energy, deceptive energy. Why can't you just be who you are and rock with that shit? And so that's how I see it. Moon in Gemini, moon in Gemini, moon in Gemini. I do like that Gemini energy. That Gemini energy puts you into that whole vibe of really getting some conversation going, you know? But then we also want to really make sure that we look on the flip side, a Gemini, which has that duality within its nature, right? See, Gemini energy can also be two-faced. And so if you out here in these streets gossiping, skinning and grinning with folks, knowing you was just talking shit on them and everything, that's that duality energy. Now, I ain't saying if you a Gemini, you two-faced it. But what I am saying is if you got this Gemini placement heavily in your chart, the potential is there. Watch out for it. Period. So I need a little drink. So yeah, so let's talk about that. And then on that note, on that particular note, I broke out my little opal necklace. I got this little opal horseshoe necklace. I rocks with that. I like to pull this one out when I'm really trying to get into this real high vibrational energy, when I'm trying to move more into high vibrational conversations. I pulls that opal necklace out. This opal is a stone of luck and magic, the stone of optimism, enthusiasm, creativity, helps you to release your inhibitions, helps you to invoke that passion within yourself, and helps you to understand the negative and destructive energies and help people release that shit. Will help yourself release it first and foremost, no doubt about it. It also helps you in elevating your esteem, and it really is just a badass gangster ass stone to work with. I definitely recommend this stone, especially at this particular time. Pisces season is in effect, and I'm here to let y'all know Pisces season, shit, we go get this work. We go get this work. Listen, I'm here to tell you, I was in a space this week. I'm telling you something. And I pulled out the tarot card. Tarot can be so damn ass brutally truthful, like will slap you all upside your head. Let me know. If your goal is to show a motherfucker up, then go ahead and celebrate. See, I was in this space where I thought that I really, well, in truth, in reality, I was in this space where I was showing up for myself. This is that energy right now that's really supportive of you kind of reevaluating a lot of those connections and everything, a lot of those relationships and shit that's no longer serving you and everything. And when you start showing up for yourself, it looks and feels a little different. But if you're a person that gets all up in your feelings, sometimes it can turn into a darkness as well. And so we got to make sure that when we show up for ourselves, that we're not doing it with this lower vibration, mean spirit, let me show a motherfucker better than I tell them energy, but more raising the frequency up on that, where it's just, I'm releasing that situation in love and staying in this high vibration. A much more useful energy. And the cards let me know, I was kind of on the other end of it. I worked it out, pulled out some Stevie Wonder, got myself in the right vibe and recalibrated myself. It was all good. I forgive myself. I know who I am. I get mad because I feel, they don't do me right. I don't like this. I disapprove of the way this is going. And then I start feeling some type of way. You know what? I'm going to show them. And then, that's what it is. That's what it is. Saturn is coming up in Pisces, fam. Saturn's coming up in Pisces. And listen, right now, today, Saturn is in Aquarius. And I know I'm an astrology nerd, but I'm here to tell you something. This shit's so gangster because it shows you about how this energy is working and the things that we can anticipate. And we can also look at the way things is going right about now and see how that shit's all in alignment. This is a real deal, Holyfield type of situations going on right now. And this Saturn in Pisces is all about that karma. A revolution is in the air, y'all. Making it happen. Let me tell you something. Get you a dream journal, a notebook. Start making sure you keep that shit by your bed. Write them dreams down. They're going to be very educational, very helpful in these streets. Getting out into nature, getting your meditation on, because this is the time where your fantasies, your dreams, your shits like that, it starts flowing into reality. When it gets together, because Pisces is all about that imagination realm. When it gets into Saturn, it's about, okay, so you dreaming it, you trying to do this, what? That energy, right? It's like it's time for you to bring that shit down to the earth. Let's get it. I love Capricorn energy. And step on your head, though, to get to the next level. Trust me. Now, I ain't saying this is how all Capricorns is. I'm saying that if you got a heavy Capricorn placement, the potential is there. I'm just saying. So, this is a time right about now when we gain awareness of the work that's needed for the real ones out here, the chosen ones, we call us, on this spiritual path. Thus, dealing with the devil right here. Because we got to do this. We can't skip this step. I keep reviewing. I know spirit keep laying it in my heart. We got to deal with this. Otherwise, if we ain't dealing with it, we just know shit. And we can talk in riddles. And only a few of us is getting it. That's doing this work. And we help nobody. And we haven't overcome our humanity. And we still fake. And we still pretend. And we still pretend. And we still low-key don't really buy what it is that we selling. We're resentful. we hope the worst for people because we really don't have our shit together. And it's easier for us to pull somebody down than to climb up to the gangster level they may sit around and resent. So we dealing with this, the devil. That whole energy of the devil has been historically connected to the planet Saturn, the planet Saturn. And with this Saturn transition into Pisces, I guess this is why we dealing with it. It's live and direct. Saturn's the energy of maturity, responsibility, and discipline at the end of the day. So how is Saturn the maturity, responsibility, and discipline in Capricorn? And then the devil. How in the hell? What? Well, we already know that crazy ass Baphomet picture, that goat god looking thing, right? You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be connected with that Capricorn, that devil energy, right? And then in the tarot system, the devil card, it looks like that. But Capricorn is about that ambition. And they get obsessed. Not saying every Capricorn is doing this, but if you got heavy Capricorn placement in your chart, there is potential for this. Obsession with status and success. And that's some shit that can get you into trouble. That's an earth sign energy, though, in my particular eyes, how I see it. But the devil is that energy in the tarot system that's connected to illusions, addictions, fears, temptations, unhealthy relationships, bondages, all of that shit. And then that's crazy because I sat back and I thought, I'm like, wow, well, that's Pisces energy though, too. And even though the devil card in the tarot system energetically is supposed to be connected with Capricorn, you see this connection right here where Pisces energy is about the addictions and delusions and all of that shit. But then we think about that shit, that if I just really dive deep with that shit, this is water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are all the water sign energies. Pisces is all about addictions and delusions in that realm. Cancer is about the shadows, the fears, the doubts. And Scorpio's about that fears, the jealousies, the hidden shit, secrets, shit like that. And all of those shits is darkness, which in elemental essence is that feminine energy. Water and earth. So the pentagram, we look at that shit because that's another symbol that shows up within the tarot system, right? Is the pentagram. In the pentacles is the pentagram in that system, and it's connected with the earth energies. And this is also used within a lot of those spiritual systems that kind of deal with the material realm. But upright, when you see the pentagram and it's facing upright, and this is a lot that, they deal with in the Wiccan system, probably some other shits out there I ain't down with all like that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's more about the divine nature, enlightenment, spiritual consciousness, that type of groove, right? But the inverted, the upside down, is more about the physical nature of things, right? Physical nature in understanding and in our perceptions, right? So then to make me think about like the direction and all these damn ass agendas we got out here in these streets, right? And then we can think about like whether or not when we looking at the news, when we looking at entertainment, when we observe a lot of the things that show up in our feed, is it a physical or is it a spiritual nature? And that gives you some idea of where the pentagram energy is addressed on that physical or spiritual level. So traditional systems, though, right? traditional systems out here in these streets, they teach us about good and evil. It's either right or wrong, it's good or bad. This whole duality in our mentality, right? This, you know what I'm saying? We get, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of traditional systems. I know I grew up Christian, you know, and the devil was always this slick talking entity that's convincing us to connect to our lower nature. You know what I'm saying? Our indulgences and all of this shit, and telling us to do shit that, you know what I'm saying, that goes against the teaching. The Church of Satan took that. They ran with that shit. I think it's kind of funny. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I used to get all bit out of shit. Oh, the Church of Satan, these people, you going to hell out here in these streets. And now I'm really starting to gain a broader perspective as far as this duality in our mentality, and that being more of a devil type of energy than anything. Let me share with you. Hold up. Let me see if I can share my screen. I was looking into the Church of Satan. You know, some of this information is a little sound. It's laughable at least. Hold up. Let's talk about them real quick. Hold on. Let me put them up. All right, here we go. This is the Church of Satan. They got the 9 satanic statements. Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence. Satan represents the vital existence of spiritual pipe dreams. Satan represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit. That sounds like some real talk. Satan represents kindness to those who deserve it instead of sending love, instead of love wasted on ingrates. Damn. Satan represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek. Okay. Satan represents responsibility to the responsible instead of concern for psychic vampires. Well, Satan represents man as just another animal, sometimes better, more often worse than those that walk on all fours, who, because of his divine, spiritual, and intellectual development, has become the most vicious animal of all. Satan represents so-called sins, and they all lead to physical, mental, or emotional gratification. Satan has been the best friend of the church Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had, as he has kept it in business all these years. Shit, say that. Now listen. Now, I ain't telling everybody go out there and get theyself a membership to the Church of Satan. What I am trying to do is bring a little opportunity here for some expansion on how we've been processing this world that we live in right about now. Now, even though that these cats right here, they got this little doctrine, they got a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm telling you, a lot of that stuff makes basic sense for this particular material realm. Some wisdom, some guidance, some instruction that can help you be successful in this particular realm. It is what it is. And it's not good or bad. See, we getting it twisted right here and right now, because we gonna talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Because you know they symbol is that inverted pentagram and everything. It look all spooky, and it got the goat dude, and you know what I'm saying? His face is in there like, right? Whatever, right? But let's keep it $1.50, so that, you know what I'm saying, so that we ain't deceiving ourselves, right? That money you chasing, that bag you chasing, the economic plan, the crypto, your proper diet, your fly clothes, the bling bling, your dope ride, the ding-a-ling and the wop, the weed, getting your drink on, getting faded, getting toasted. These is all material realm. The inverted, the upside down pentagram energy. This all this shit we like. I'm just saying. This is all the shit we like. That make you going to hell. I'm just saying, you can't be a $150, I suppose. If this is the way that you want to live your life, where's the victory at in that? I don't see the victory. I don't see victory in not being able to enjoy my life. I'm just saying. Devil energy, however, real devil energy, not this Church of Satan mentality and shit, this conversation. Not that shit, because this is something this dude, and he'll tell you on his web, he made all this shit up. This is some shit that came to him. He ain't about, he ain't sitting around worshiping and owing no reverence to a damn thing but himself. Anyway, devil energy, however, suggests that we confront our demons. This is the suggestion. The devil we know, the devil we don't. See, when you look at it, I wish I would have brought my damn cards with me. I got one of the other one. On the devil card in the Light Seers Tarot, it's a fine ass dude with his hand reaching out to you. Shit. On the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's that devil energy that's there, but the chains is on you. The chains is so loose. It gives you this indication that you can actually free yourself easily. And then when you look at that, this is the Capricorn energy. That's all about how those ambitions, how those obsessions, how that should get you caught up. This earth energy getting you caught up all in your emotional energy, earth and water. Capricorn is the opposite of Cancer. Now, let me bring y'all some astrology nerd shit. Capricorn, being the opposite of Cancer, is how you deal with that devil energy. How you deal with that devil energy is by looking at that shadow shit. Did you know the moon card corresponds with Cancer energy? That's that. I'm just saying, that's that shit. The keys right there in front of us, huh? The devil energy gets dealt with the moon. The moon is all about our shadow behaviors, right? Our darkness. Accepting that shit. That's what we doing on the Sirius Cipher. Don't tell nobody I told you that shit, but I'm just saying. That's what the whole thing is all about. And because this right here, that's what real spiritual ascension is. It's not your punk ass book, your crystal, your meditation ritual, your yoga mat, your kente cloth, your candle, your sage burning, your frankincense and myrrh. It ain't none of that shit. Those are all tools that will assist you in your ascension process, assist you in doing the work, assist you in dealing with yourself. Let's be $150. When you deal with this shit, we develop a freer state of mind. When we got a freer state of mind, we step into the realm of self-acceptance. Self-acceptance opens the door to self-love. And when we got self-love, we make self-love moves. Then our money, our diet, our friends, our bling bling, all that shit we like in the material realm, it's a side effect. Because when you love you, that's what it do. Negative emotions our unhealed shadows. It's a projection of unacceptance in ourselves. All of these is fear-based emotions. This is where that devil energy really is right here. We got to deal with that devil. We got to deal with that devil. It's slick to know the hot shit that's out here in these streets. But this right here, this how that hot shit pop. This is how it do. All of these low vibration emotions. There's two real true emotions, fear and love. The vibratory frequency of fear, we get anger, we get shame, we get jealousy. I ain't enough. I can't do it. I ain't got control of that. All of that fear is born of this duality mentality, this good and bad. I should be doing that. This ain't good. This goes against the teaching. That mentality right there, that shit slows you down. It's an anchor on your foot. It's them chains that's loosely on your arms. You can free yourself at any moment. It is our destiny to move past fear. Because when we move past the duality, we move past the fear and we reconnect with ourselves. And when we reconnect with ourselves, we reconnect with each other. We tap into this thing I like to call this dance we call unity consciousness. We start gaining a different understanding. Because when we get into this space of not sitting around giving people shit for being who they are. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. We really reconnect with ourselves. That don't mean you got to be on board with every bullshit that people present you when it don't feel right to you, because that ain't hate. That's thinking for yourself. Somebody will step in there and tell you hating because you disagree with the way to go. That don't mean that there's no love. If your compass say north and mine say south, that don't mean there's no love. We just going in two different directions. Word? We all connected. And to hate anyone is to hate yourself. I just want you to think about it. So let me see. Let me pull me a card. Let's see what message we got right quick from the Kim deck before I close it out. Got the Kim deck sitting next to me. Why not? Why not? I usually like to pull out my Goddess Oracle, but I left it over there and always on hand. I got this here Kim deck. I say, I might as well go on and do it. Let's see what it do. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm about to drop some things. Hold up. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I got card number 26. Card number 26 is the baby blue card. This is about positive expectations, innocence, and trust. This is an opportunity for us to really begin to be receptive, for us to get a clear and focused vision and start really accepting the direction that we're going in. When we gain this clarity, we truly begin to step into our power. When we hold these positive expectations with childlike faith, with innocence, with trust, we truly begin to see some shifts out here in these streets. But we got to be $150 with ourselves out here. We got to deal with the devil. And dealing with the devil does not mean that you going out here and we on this crusade for self-righteousness. This is all about holding positive expectations and trusting that things is going to work out at the end of the day. When you start doing this work with yourself, when you start accepting yourself, when you start really embracing the light within yourself, you can let that extend to the folks that's all around you. The issue, the concern is that we don't really know our magic at the end of the day. See, one of the things that hold us back is that we negate our creativity and our confidence that holds us back. So when I start looking into this Know Your Magic card that comes through sometime, this is all about us really being involved, stepping into this unity consciousness word that's going to really help to propel us to where we need to go to. It's a challenge for us. We see it as us against them. We got this duality in our consciousness. But when you know your magic, you can step in with some kindness, consideration, and you go light the place up, because that's what we came here to do as light workers. Spirit is suggesting that you share a breath. And this right here is all about us making sure that we connect, having these divine exchange, sharing fresh thoughts, just like we do at the daggone cipher, huh? We don't have to necessarily agree in order for us to be able to just state our opinions, how we see the world. You get to see it differently. You get to have your own truth. But when we get folks that's able to bring their own perspective to the table, it helps our consciousness expand. It is truly a divine exchange. This is one of the ways that we can really begin facilitating that unity consciousness within us by simply allowing folks to be. There's many, many, many truths out here in these streets. But we get locked into this duality, us against them, this or that, all or nothing mentality that tells us that these people are bad. Those folks ain't right. This is all good. This is all bad. But when you get an opportunity to share a breath and allow somebody to enlighten you as to their perspective, hey, baby, I'm here to tell you, things begin to shift. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you feel in your spirit. Because see, at the end of the day, you got to pay attention to the details. That's where the devil is for real, huh? How folks move, the things that they ain't saying, right? The body language and shit. I done encountered a whole lot of people. I will entertain you, and I know exactly where it is that you stand. I can read your energy through a text message, fam. I can read it through watching a YouTube video. I ain't got to see you. I can feel you. You can't hide, baby. And this is how you really start stepping into a whole new level. Oh, man, upgrades is real out here in these streets, huh? And when you feel your spirit, you can peep the movement, the details, the nuances, and it sharpens your discernment. That don't mean you go out there holding a grudge, feeling some type of way because you got that information. It's happening, fam. It's going down. They may not be for you at the end of the day. That don't mean you don't show them no love. You keep it moving. They can't be a part of your circle though, huh? Don't be like me and be all wounded and then want to shut everybody down, because we came here to do a bigger work. We came here to light up the world. So we got to move a little bit differently. We can't be running around being triggered and avoiding everybody that just rubs us the wrong way. My spirit can't handle that. We gonna have to shield up. See, this is the whole reason why we got to do this here particular work right here, so that you can tolerate these fools that's out here on some different shit, on some low vibrational shit. They ain't doing the work. And then all of that book knowledge, all that book smart, your crystal that's in your pocket, your bra, your sock, wherever in the hell you put it, that ritual that you did, oh, it's really gonna show its ass to the beast out here. I promise you that. But you got to make sure that you can feel your spirit when you in tune with your star player. But this is the work that has to take place for all of that shit to go down. This is what needs to take place. That's what needs to happen. So I'm gonna close it out. Dag, I'm messing it up already. I'm gonna close this out and everything. I done kept you long enough. I just wanted to get in here, get real quick, because this is a time right now we got to deal with this shit. Me too. I'm no exception. It's all of us. Spirit putting this in my heart. I'm just, I'm just here to deliver the message, huh? This is what's here. This is the energy that's here. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other cats out here, you too, is getting this message too. This is your confirmation. It's going down. Shadow shit. Let's get it. That's the real devil. We dealing with it. Peace and light. Peace and love.